Hello everyone, this is Rose from Untwist Your Stitches, my Flosstube channel about mainly cross stitching, but also some other crafting endeavors that I do. I am coming to you the day before New Year's Eve. I wanted to do a final run through of what I have accomplished in 2024. What my WIPs are, and what my plans, my general plans are. Of course, my plans are never set in stone, as most crafters never are, but at least I have a, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to wiggle you there. Have a general idea of what I would like to accomplish in 2025. So, if you are a new person here, welcome. I am happy that you found me. If you are a subscriber and you're coming back, welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. Well, I'm glad you're seeing me again. Let's put it that way. The first thing that I'm going to do is show you all of my finishes for 2024. Some of them are not fully finished, but they are at least, the stitching is finished. So FOs. And I'm going to start from January and work my way through to December. And I'm not giving a lot of detail. If you've been following me, you will have seen these. I have given all the detail in my previous videos. I do one video a year, or one video a month, because it's just me. And the way that I do my stitching, if I tried to do it more than that, it would be very boring. So one video each month to give you an overview of what I've accomplished and how things are going. So let's get started with January. In January, I finished October 31 by Cottage Garden Samplings. This was one of the Time for All Seasons. And this is how it was finished. And I was able to display it during the month of October with my other decorations. And I did a Flosstube extra on that if you would like to go and see that. I'm not sure what number that was, but it'll say Flosstube extra Halloween something or other. So the next thing that I finished, and what I'm going to do, if I don't have the finished item here in hand with me, I'm going to put pictures up on the screen of what the finish looked like. Also, I will put up a screenshot or a picture or whatever you want to call it of the actual pattern, because a lot of mine I have changes in them. So I'll put the pattern up beside it when I'm doing my editing. The next thing I finished on January 26th was my flower embroidery piece. I did it as a gift for my daughter. She loves sunflowers, and I found the pattern on Amazon with, I think it was a set of 4 patterns, and the one that I did for her was the one that had the biggest flower on it. And there'll be a picture of what it looked like. On January 28th, I finished my February Snowman. Now this is made into an envelope pillowcase, and I just have a pillow form, and I use it for each one of the months that I currently have finished, which is 3. And I just changed, I have the same dimensions on the finished product for each pillowcase. And then I just changed the pillow form out for each month. That was a Zwiegart pattern, and I'll put a picture up of the book that it came out of. Then also for February, on February 1st and on February 3rd, I finished 2 small pillows. These are my designs. I created the design on my program, my computer program. And the reason that I did this is my daughter hates Valentine's Day and has always been very negative about it. So this was a joke. I had intended for her to keep these, but she said that she would rather burn them than keep them. So I brought them with me. Love bites. And just buy her a card. And in my, I believe it's my March video, I explain why those, no, it might be in my February video now that I think about it. I explain why I did those pillows the way that I did. On April 13th, I finished Spring Heart. It was a free pattern from Passione Ricama. I'm not sure. It's a Italian designer. They had years ago, I don't know if they're still available. I do not believe they are. They had several free patterns. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn. And each one was in a heart and had a little picture of a countryside. I intend to do all 4 for myself and then display them. But the one that I did that was finished on the 13th was a gift for a friend. So I'll put the picture up. On April 29th, I finished the Bee Farm Sal. The pattern was from Erin Elizabeth. The Sal was started and hosted by Helen D., the East Coast Crafter, and Erin and Cobweb Corner. This is my version of that design. I made quite a few changes. Mine is not anything like what Erin did to display hers and what Cobweb Corner, their display. But this is how I chose to, there's something on my mesh. Oh well, I'll fix that later. But this is how I chose to display mine. Let's see. On June 1st, I finished, this is part of the Sheep Virtues series. This was not one of the virtues, but it was a companion piece that Little House Needlework put together. It's called In the Meadow. And it is going to be the centerpiece of what I'm doing. And I'm doing this as a banner. I'm doing it as a long banner. And there will be 8 of the virtues on the top row. And then a second row on this same fabric underneath with the rest of the virtues and a couple of pieces to even it out. So that's what is going on with that. And I don't remember if I said when I first started talking about this, but that was finished on June 1st. So then on June 14th, I finished the pattern that I was making for my daughter. This was one that she had picked out several years ago, and it is Autumn by Cross-Eyed Cricket. Then on July 27th, I finished Nice Snowflakes by Filigram, was the designer. And this is currently in the process of being put away. I had it out for the month of December. I put it out the day after Thanksgiving with the other decorations that I have. And you can see those in my Christmas extra floss tube. On August 14th, I finished Strawberry Faire. This is a design by October House Fiber Arts. Several other floss tubers were doing that this spring, and it will be a small pillow. Also in August, on the 16th, I finished Remember Me by Scattered Seed Samplers. And after I finished it, I made it into a project bag. Of course, you'll have seen with the picture I'm putting up of the design that I made quite a few changes to colors and brighten things up to make it my own. I like to have my finished pieces be something that is useful and out and shared in a way that it's not just hanging on the wall or whatever. I like it to be a useful item when I do a finishing. Then on September 1st, I was ecstatic because I had finished the blanket that I made for my granddaughter. It was 3 years in the making, and the reason it took so long is because I used the Stoney Creek baby animals patterns and created my own sampler afghan for her. So for each alphabet, I chose an animal from Stoney Creek, or if Stoney Creek did not have one, then I had to search for another. But all of that is explained in my other videos. You can see it in the September video, how I finished it and what it looked like. And that's what's up on the screen now. September 3rd and September 13th were these two ATCs. I joined in with Laura, Stitching by the Shores. That's her Flosstube channel. She does an ATC, artist trading card exchange. I believe she said 3 times a year. And the theme for the one that I joined in with was Things with Wings. So as you see, I did the one with the bee was a pattern from Little House Needleworks called Stitching Bee. And the Peacock was a freebie from several years ago by Kitty and Me. And I believe I looked it up and it's still available for free. But you can look at my October. Was it my October? Well, anyway, you can look back at my floss tubes and it'll give all the information. On September 29th, I finished this one. It is Family by Stitching with the Housewives. It is a gift that I gave to my son and daughter-in-law. They received it for Christmas. They were happy that I incorporated their 2 favorite colors within the stitching. And they will be displaying it in their home. So that takes us through September. Then on, let's see, October 2nd, I finished this. It's That Mom by Dirty Annie. This is for my kitchen. In my new house, I'm going to do a chicken theme in my kitchen, and I have several different designs from different companies that will be stitched and displayed there. And this was just the first one that I did, and it sits in the window above my kitchen sink. On October 5th, I was able to finish this for my sewing room. It hangs on the wall over by, actually between my two sewing machines. It is Maker by Heart in Hand Design. And it's just a cute little piece that I thought would look fun hanging in my room. And there was a sale going on with this one. I don't remember the name of it, but it was out there over the summer, and this is my version. On October 25th, I was able to finish a second snowman head, and it is March. This is one of my very favorites because my favorite color is green, and I am half Irish. My dad was a full-blood Irish. So this is one of my favorites. And again, it is finished in the envelope way so that it will fit on the same pillow that January and February fit on. October 26th, I finished Spooky Pumpkin. This is a pattern from Cute Embroidery by Kate. And as you can tell with the picture of the original pattern, I made quite a few changes and brightened it up a lot. And I was able to display this for a couple of days in October with my other Halloween decoration. And then next year it will be up for the full month of October. On November 13th and on November 15th, I finished the 2 sets of tea towels that I donated to my library group. They were sold at the bazaar to raise money for the local library, to give them little extras that the city does not put in their budget for them. The poster boards for the summer program of the kids reading, a refrigerator for the librarians to put their lunch and snacks and drinks in. I'm going to show these two together because otherwise it's just too hard to show you. And this is the Sheep Virtues from Little House Needlework. On November 19th, I finished Patience. And on November 22nd, I finished Faith. And as I said, this is going to be part of a banner where I put them on. And I'm not sure where it's going to hang. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to hang it here in my craft room or if it will fit in the living room above my windows. When I get it all completely done and put together, that's when I'll decide where it's going to fit when I get it all finished. But these are real fun and they go really quick. The reason that I'm counting each one of these as a finish is because each individual pattern is sold separately. It's not sold as a set. So you can do as many or as few as you'd like. And I feel that because each one is its own pattern, I can count it as a finish each time that I complete one. So that's my logic behind that. Okay, so that brings us through 24 finishes. The 25th finish is December 7th. I finished, which, if you know, December 7th is Pearl Harbor Day. I finished this. It is a Mill Hill Kit hummingbird. And it will go out this spring and summer with my other bird decorations that I bring out to brighten the house up. And I don't know, it's just very bright and just, it makes you want to smile because of all those colors and the beads. For a person who's not a bead person, I sure do love these the smaller Mill Hill kits. So I am doing these next three out of order because I wanted to do them all together. If you remember, this year was my 60th birthday year. And for that, I just good grief, I can't speak very well. Anyway, for that year, I decided that every month from the 7th to the 10th, I would stitch on a patriotic design. I chose 3 at the beginning of the year, and then I added a 4th one in when I saw it because I couldn't resist. It was such a beautiful pattern, and I really thought it would go with my other patriotics. I had a hashtag, SAL 60 is just a number. And the reason I did it from the 7th to the 10th is because my birthday is on July 10th. So every month, starting in January, from the 7th to the 10th, I did nothing but stitch on my patriotic pieces. I finished 3 of the 4. The first one I finished is this one. It is called American Sampler and is by J Designs. But that was finished on May 10th. On September 10th, I finished E Pluribus Unum by Jan Hicks. And this one, the image, it's really hard to, when you've got glass in, it is so hard to get a good picture, but I guess that's the best I'm going to do. And then the final piece that I finished is American Flag by Erin Elizabeth, and it was finished on November 9th. And all of these, there's an area in my house where the framed pieces hang on the wall, and then there's some shelves there that I set the other patriotic decorations around it. And that stays up most of the year. About the only time it's not up on the wall and in its place is from October to December, because with all of my Halloween decorations, with all of my Christmas decorations, it's just not logical to leave those up in that area because I've got so much other stuff that I decorate with. So then I take those down. Then you will have seen similar to this, not the same, but similar. This is Robin Christmas Patchwork Design by Historical Sampler Company. And this was their Christmas Mystery Stitch Along. Mine is different because I started it the wrong way. And by the time I figured it out, I had all of this top done all the way down to where the deer are. I had this middle section in, and I had these the sleigh in. I don't believe I had the Christmas trees in yet. And I got to that point and I went to finish off the border, and I realized what I had done at that point, because it was at that point that I moved my frame, and I was so mad. I put this away for several weeks and didn't work on it, so that by the time I came back to it, all of the mystery parts had been released. But yeah, I made a mistake and I have to live with it. I think I did okay with my compromises. When I was editing, I had missed my final finish for 2024, and so I just real quick threw this together to give you my final finish. It is Pigeon Coop Designs Swan, and this is my version of that. I changed this top bit. I made that all with metallic threads, and then in the bottom down here in the water, all of this it's the color that was called for, but it has Pearl 032 blending filament from Krynic added to it, and then the blue is the metallic thread that I had in my stash. So this is my version, and it is my final finish for 2024, which rounds it out to an even 30 finishes. I also realized that I had some crocheting and some sewing finishes this year, but all of them have been either gifted or sold in my Etsy shop, so I don't have any of those available. I should be able to find pictures of everything, because I try to take a picture of the finished project or product before I either sell it or gift it. So at the end of all of my cross stitching, I'll do a quick little picture montage of the items that I finished. There were 2 crocheted items that I finished this year and gifted, and I believe there were 7 or 8 sewed All right, so we have finished my finishes for the year, and I'm going to get into WIPs and plans. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do this, and I went back and forth on should I do WIPs first? Should I do plans first? And I couldn't make up my mind, so I finally settled on I'm going to do it all as one, because a lot of the WIPs are going to be part of my plans for the coming year. There will be zippers. So if you're wearing earbuds or if that bothers you, I want to tell you ahead of time, there will be zippers, and there might be some crinkling because some of the patterns probably are in their plastic sleeves so that they are kept nice. This first one that I'm going to show you is my oldest WIP. I have been working on it since 2013, right? Yes. However, there were 2 years that I never touched it. So 2025 will be 10 years of work on this, and I want to really, really focus. It's going to come out every single month for a minimum of 7 days, and I'm going to see how far I can get on this because I really, really want to get it finished. It's a piece I love. I'm not bored with it. I'm not frustrated with it, but I do want to really focus on putting a lot of work into it. It is a tribute piece to my dad. Well, I'll show it to you. It is Heaven and Earth's Christmas Cottage. The original artwork is from Donna Gelsinger, and it's just a piece because the snowman is wearing that hat, and just my dad always wore a cowboy hat whenever he was out and about, and this little guy just reminded me of my dad when I found it. I had been looking for a piece. My dad passed away in 2005. I had been looking for a piece to do as a commemorative piece for him. And when I finally found this one, it was perfect. The cottage, the snowman, the cowboy hat, it all just came together for me. So I'm working on it. I'm focusing on it. I don't believe I'll finish it because I believe there are still 21 pages. And if anybody out there knows a Heaven and Earth design, the pages are full. The 8x10 page, it's full. I don't know how to say it better than that, but I don't believe I'll get it finished this year, but I hope to get it very, very close. I hope to get at least 10 pages done this year. If that's possible, I don't know. Heaven and Earth designs are full of confetti stitching, so sometimes it's really hard to get going. And the area that I'm going into is that part that you saw on the pattern piece that I put up, where the tree is going to have a lot of color changes. So we'll see, but I am going to focus on that. It's going to get at least a full week of work every single month, and we'll see how the progress goes on that. I'll keep you updated. Let's see. This one is, the other patriotic piece that I started for my Sal for this year. And it is the One Nation Flag by Bygone Stitches. And I only got 1 month's worth of work done on it. But in that 1 month, I got a very good portion of it done. I was very pleased with my progress. So I will be working on this year. And my plan for the year is always to have a patriotic piece in progress. When this one is done, I bought the one from Finally a Farm Girl, I believe was the designer. It is the Dear Soldier one. So that will be my, once One Nation is done, then I'll go to Dear Soldier, to always have a patriotic piece in my WIPs. This one it says birds on it, and 'tis the season. Tripping over it. Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs. And the one that I'm doing is this one with the cardinal on it. It's called 'Tis the Season. And I have this much of it done. You just saw this in my December floss tube, my regular December floss tube. So, yeah, this is how far I've gotten on this one. And as I said at the time, I'm saving the fun bird part for as long as I can, because I don't want to get the bird done. Let's see if there's a good picture of it in here that I can show you. Yes, here we go. If I get the bird done, then all that's left is kind of the less fun part over here. So I want to keep this fun bird as a treat for finishing some of this other stuff. But that is what I'm doing for that. Now, when 'Tis the Season gets done, I have more bird patterns all ready to be grabbed out of. The way I kit a pattern up to have it ready for when I want to do it is I've got these mesh bags, and in there, let's see, that's not a bird one. Where's my birds? Okay, here. So here's one of the bird ones. It's in this mesh bag. It has the name of it on there, Festive Cardinal. Inside, it has the fabric that I'm going to use, usually cut in the size that is needed, and also the pattern. Now, I work off a master set of DMC floss, and most of my stitching is done in DMC. Now, I do enjoy the fancy flosses, and I have used them specifically for some projects where, you know, I'll buy what is called for just because it makes sense. But I also have a bunch of fancy floss that I've just bought because I thought they were pretty. So every once in a while, I'll throw one of those in. But the majority of the time, I use DMC. So this is how I kit up and have it ready when when I'm done with another project and I want to pull one out. I go through and I see what I've already got kitted up. And I've got right now, I have about 25 kitted up, ready to go. And they live in a basket. I'll take a picture of it and pop it in here so that you can see how my kitting basket looks. And then, like I said, I always want to have a bird pattern on the go, and I have a million of them, so I'm pretty sure I can keep them going. This next one is crinkles. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. This is the next piece that I'm going to do as a gift for my son and daughter-in-law. It is Long Dog Samplers Happy Ever After. And I'm not going to do it monochromatically. I am going to do it in actually 3 colors. This blue, the purple, and then I'm going to get a DMC blue that kind of is between these 2 colors to do all of the outline of the words. The words are going to be done in purple. The motifs are going to be done in the blue. And then the boxes, I'm going to use a DMC that complements the 2 colors I've already picked. Now, I haven't started this one yet. It is going to be a new start for 2025. And after telling you that I usually have the fabric cut to the size that is needed, this one is not. But this is the fabric that I'm going to be doing it on. It is my Sheep Virtues. And I'm just going to continue working on this. I want to get, there will be, this is, let's see, this is how long it's going to be. There will be 2 more virtues on this end. And then there will be 4 virtues over here. And then the bottom section will be the rest. And I think I can get this one done this year. These Sheep Virtues really, really work up fast. I usually can get 2 to 3 done in the week's worth of time. If you're new, the way that I work on my WIPs is I start on Sunday and I work through Saturday. I do a full week of one project. And that way I get a good portion of it stitched up. Sometimes if I'm working on something small, I can get more than one done in a week's worth of time. So like these 2 virtues I did in 1 week, but it was a short week for some reason. I don't remember why. So I didn't get as much work done as I thought I was going to. But I hope to get at least 3 virtues, 2.5 to 3 virtues done each week. And I mean, if I can do that, I'll have more than enough time to get it finished in 2025. So that is my plan for that. And this one lives in this project bag. I did this pattern several years ago, practically perfect in every way, and then made it into a cute little piece to go as one of my project bags. Next thing, I'm not going to show you this one because I haven't decided which one of my Mill Hill kits I'm going to do next. This is my Mill Hill project keeper. I always like to have a Mill Hill on the go. They're usually the smaller ones. I've got Christmas, I've got spring. I have ones that I'm going to do to put together as the night before Christmas book for each one of my grandkids. So I haven't decided which one is going to be next, but this is in its spot in my rotation, and when it comes up next, then I will go to my Mill Hill box and I will pick one of my kits and get started on that. But I always keep, this is what I put my threads on when I sort them out from each one of the kits. It has my beading piece information, accessories. My beading accessories are all in here. Needles, sticky bill. I think they're called sticky bills now. My scissors. Actually, scissor case, scissors. And that's how I do that. And like I said, I always like to have a Mill Hill kit on the go because I have so many of them and I want to stitch them all. And this is one of those It's So Emma bags and patterns that I did. This is, I believe this is the Snowman. Yes. This is my Snowman bag. The next one up, it's all ready to go when it's next in rotation, is going to be April. And I'm just working my way through all 12 of them so that each month has its own snowman pillow. Because if you didn't know by now, I collect snowmen, and there's snowmen throughout my house, usually year-round. And one of the things that is year-round is my pillows. Again, this is another bag that I made for myself. And if you haven't seen the video I did about how I track my WIPs, this is just, I bought it off Amazon. They're luggage tags for, you know, if you're traveling a lot and you want to mark your luggage with your name and address in case it gets lost and it can get back to you. So that's what you're seeing here. And it gives me an idea of, without opening each bag, what is in there. This one is another one I would like to finish this year. It is my Raven Queen. She is a Mirabilia. Sorry, I should have pulled this out in advance, but I didn't. But she is the Mirabilia that I've been working on. You've seen her a few times if you've been following me. Raven Queen. And I'm getting closer and closer and closer to finishing the main portion of her. I still have more of the rampart to do on this side. I have the castles in the background on this side. Then I'll have to, of course, do all of her beading. But I combined her with the Morning Tree from Whispered by the Wind Designs, because I thought that would be really cool in the background rather than all of the, see, I took this out and I added that tree over here, and then I'm gonna keep this, and then I'm gonna just extend the rampart out farther. But she's getting very close, so I believe that I can finish her this year. This one is the one I'm doing for my husband. And it was this one. Northern Lights was the name of it. And I have the wolves finished. What I need to add is this quote that my husband asked me to do a cross stitch for him. It's it was an email that was sent to him many years ago, and the picture with the email was very similar to the picture that I found. It says, an old Cherokee told his grandson about a battle that goes on inside people. He said, my son, the battle is between two wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The grandson asked, which wolf wins? The old Cherokee simply replied, the one that you feed. So I need to chart out the quote, and I'm not sure if I want to put it below the wolves. I've got enough room there. Or if I want to put it beside them. I'm not sure which way to do it. I'm thinking that below them would be the best way to go, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm still figuring that out. But I would like to get that one finished this year too. And I really enjoy stitching words, because in my mind they just go 100% better. Or faster. I'm sorry, better. Faster than stitching a picture. I just think I can fly through words. I don't know why. But they're just, to me, it's really fun to do words. So I'd like to get that one done. So of the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of the 9 that I've shown you, I think I can get at least 3 of those finished and new ones started, and maybe 4. So I'm excited to get going on that. This one is Zwiegart, another It's So Emma bag and pattern. Or not, it's not her pattern, but it's patterns that were made for the bags. I think Shepherd's Bush is the designer of the patterns that I have done so far. This one is my Zwiegart. And again, I think I can get this one finished this year. I really hope so, because I love working on this. I love the color of the rust with the white and gray of the threads that I chose for this. And I would like to get this one done. And then my plan is to always have a pumpkin pattern going. I have so many pumpkin patterns that I've bought and I really want to work on. So my plan, once Zwiegart is done, is to pull out another pumpkin pattern and just keep pumpkins on the go, because I can use them for both fall, well, both. For all 3. I can use them starting in September for fall decorations. I can use them for October for Halloween, and I can use them in November for Thanksgiving. So I really want to keep the pumpkins on the go. And I have some other autumn patterns as well. So pumpkin, autumn, one of them will always be in that bag and in progress. This one is a bag that I have had that I want to put a pattern on. And I can't show you the pattern. I'm going to have to take a picture of the pattern is big, and then the finished picture is just a small little insert. And there's no way I'm going to be able to show you here. I'll just have to put it up on the screen. I'll take a picture and put it up on the screen. But that is one that I have. I hope to start this New Year's Eve when everybody's doing the 12 by 12. I'm not going to do 12, of course, because I don't do, that's not how I stitch. But that one particular one, I hope to get started during that time frame. And then this one is also one that I cannot show you. But the plan is to make it and use it in a box that I have bought as the background for storing my embroidery scissors. I have a whole bunch of embroidery scissors. I went crazy 2 years ago a year ago, I guess now. In 2023, I went crazy buying embroidery scissors. So I've got all of these and they're sitting in a little box, but I don't like that. I want to be able to display them. So I bought another box that has an opening and it's got a window in it. So I want to put this piece, which I'm going to stitch it on this green fabric. The green is the, where's the green going to show the best? It's not really showing very good, but this green, well, let's show if I put it, no, it's still washed out. Anyway, I'm going to put the scissor pattern on here, and then I'll put it in the box and it will be a display for my embroidery scissors. So that's another one that I plan to start soon. And then, like I said, I've got all of these other, I've got 25 at least kitted up, ready to go, so that when I do finish one of the pieces that I'm stitching, I'm ready to grab and get going on it. I have one that is going to be, actually it's, oh, there's what I was looking for earlier. Found it. The Halloween Quaker. A lot of people are, sorry, let me pull it out of here so that you can see it. Leela Studios Halloween Quaker will be what will replace Raven Queen. And it's going to, I'm going to stitch it on this piece of 32 count. It's called Jade by Leela Studios. Picture This Plus. So this will go on there. So that's one that I have plans to start this coming year. Not sure when, whenever Raven Queen is finished. These two are going to be for my grandson. He is fascinated by skeletons and zombies and things at the moment. And I saw this design and had put a request in for 123 Stitch to let me know as soon as it was available, because when I saw it, it was temporarily out of stock. So this one will be for him. And then if you follow Lost My Needles, or Lost Our Needles, Flosstube, you will have seen this one being stitched by the mom. I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. But anyway, it is this Poltergeist Pirates by Glendon Place. And when I saw it, I knew that my grandson would just love it. He likes sharks. He likes skeletons. He likes spooky stuff. So this will be a perfect piece for him. And if you know, you know, finding cross-stitch stuff that little boys or big boys or any boys are going to like can be hard to do. So when I found these two, I thought, oh, this is perfect. The WIPs and my plans for 2025. And I hope you've had a wonderful year. I hope 2025 brings you a lot of joy and a lot of stitching pleasure. And I hope to see you throughout the coming year.